Hello children, in earlier classes we have studied general equation of first degree in two variables ax plus by plus c equal to 0 where a, b and c are real constants such that a and b are non-zero. Graph of the equation is always a straight line. Any equation is of the form ax plus by plus c equal to 0, which is called the general linear equation or general equation of a line. So we have different forms of ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So the first is slope intercept form. If b is not equal to 0, then ax plus by plus c equal to 0, which can be written as by, which is equal to minus ax minus c. So y equal to minus a by b of x minus c by b. So this is in the form of y equal to mx plus c, where m equal to minus a by b and intercept c equal to minus c by b. Slope intercept form of the equation of a line whose slope is minus a by b and y intercept is minus c by b. If b is not equal to 0, then x equal to minus c by a, which is a vertical line whose slope is undefined and x-intercept is minus c by a. Then the second form of general equation is intercept form. If c is not equal to 0, then ax plus by plus c equal to 0. This can be written as x by minus c by a plus y by minus c by b, which is equal to 1. So this is in the form of x by a plus y by b, which is equal to 1. Here a is minus c by a and b is minus c by b. We know that the equation is in the intercept form of the equation of a line whose x-intercept is minus c by a and y-intercept is minus c by b. If c is equal to 0, then this equation becomes ax plus by, which is equal to 0, which is a line passing through the origin and therefore has 0 intercepts on the axis. Third form is normal form. Let x cos omega plus y sin omega, which is equal to p, be the normal form of the line represented by the equation ax plus by plus c equal to 0 or ax plus by, which is equal to minus c. Thus both the equations are same and therefore we can write this as a by cos omega, which is equal to b by sin omega, which is equal to c by b. So cos omega is minus ap by c and sin omega is minus bp by c. So we have an identity sin square omega plus cos square omega, which is equal to 1. Substituting this, so bp whole square by c minus bp by c whole square plus minus ap by c whole square, which is equal to 1. b square p square by c square plus a square p square by c square, which is equal to 1. So we have p square equal to c square by a square plus b square. So taking common p square, we have a square plus b square by c square, which is equal to 1. So we have p square equal to c square by a square plus b square. So we get p equal to plus or minus c by root of a square plus b square. So we have cos omega, which is equal to plus or minus a by root of a square plus b square, and sin omega, which is equal to plus or minus b by root of a square plus b square. P should be positive if proper sign is made. Exercise 10.3. Reduce the following equations into slope intercept form and find the slopes and the y-intercept. So the equation is x plus 7y equal to 0. We have to write this in the form of y equal to mx plus c. So we have 7y which is equal to minus x plus 0, y equal to minus 1 by 7 of x plus 0. Here slope m is minus 1 by 7. So comparing this with the equation, so m is minus 1 by 7 and y-intercept c is 0. So m equal to minus 1 by 7, y-intercept is 0. Second subdivision is 6x plus 3y minus 5 equal to 0. Writing this in the form of y equal to mx plus c. So 3y which is equal to minus 6x plus 5, y equal to minus 6 by 3 into x plus 5 by 3. So we can cancel this so that we can get 2. Here slope m is minus 2 and y-intercept c is 5 by 3. Third subdivision, y equal to 0. So 0x plus 0. Here m is 0 and y-intercept c is also 0. Second question, reduce the following equations into intercept form and find their intercepts on the axis. So the first question is 3x plus 2y minus 12 equal to 0. Intercept form is x by a plus y by b which is equal to 1. We have to write this equation in the form of this. So we have 3x plus 2y equal to 12 whole equation divided by 12. So we get 3 by 12 of x plus 2 by 12 of y which is equal to 1. So 1 by 4x, that is x by 4 plus y by 6 which is equal to 1. So intercept A is 4 and B is 6. Second subdivision is 4x minus 3y equal to 6. The whole equation divided by 6. We get 4x by 6 minus 3y by 6 which is equal to 1. So it is 2 by 3 and this is 2. So we have x by 3 by 2 minus y by 2 which is equal to 1. Here a is 3 by 2 and y is, we have to get it in the form of x by a plus y by b which is equal to 1. So we can change this as plus and this is minus 2. So we have b intercept is minus 2. A is 3 by 2 and b is minus 2. Third subdivision, 3y plus 2 equal to 0. So 3y equal to minus 2. The whole equation divided by minus 2, we get 3y by minus 2 which is equal to 1. So y by minus 2 by 3 which is equal to 1. Here we don't have x by a which is 0. So a intercept is 0 and b intercept is minus 2 by 3. Third question. Reduce the following equations into normal form. Find that perpendicular distance from the origin and the angle between the perpendicular and the positive x-axis. So the first subdivision is x minus root 3y which is equal to minus 8. We get minus x plus root 3y which is equal to 8. So root of a square plus b square, the coefficient of x and y which is minus 1 whole square plus root 3 whole square which is equal to 1 plus 3 which is 4. So root 4 which is 2. On dividing both sides by 2, we get minus 1 by 2 of x plus root 3 by 2 of y which is equal to 4. So this is in the form of x cos omega plus y sin omega which is equal to p. Sin 120 is root 3 by 2 and cos 120 is minus half. X cos 120 plus y sin 120 which is equal to 4. So this equation is in the form of normal form. Comparing the equation with the normal form of equation, then we get cos omega, x cos omega plus y sin omega which is equal to p. omega is 120 degree and P is 4. Then the perpendicular distance of the line from the origin is 4. Angle between them is 120 degree. Second subdivision, x minus y equal to 4. Writing this as x plus minus 1 into y equal to 4. Square root of a square plus b square, 1 square plus minus 1 whole square, which is equal to root 2. So dividing both sides by root 2, we get 1 by root 2 of x plus minus 1 by root 2 of y, which is equal to 4 by root 2. Here rationalizing this, we get 4 root 2 by 2. So when we cancel this, we get 2 root 2. So we have x into cos of 2 pi minus pi by 4, which is 1 by root 2, plus y sine 2 pi minus pi by 4, which is equal to 2 root 2. So we have x cos 315 degree plus y sine 315 degree, which is equal to 2 root 2, is in the form of x cos omega plus y sin omega, which is equal to P. Here we have P equal to 2 root 2 and omega equal to 315 degree. Thus the perpendicular distance of a line from the origin is 2 root 2, while the angle between the perpendicular and the positive x-axis is 315 degree. Distance of a point from a line. The distance of a point from a line is the length of the perpendicular drawn from the point to the line. Let the line L be ax plus by plus c equal to 0, whose distance from the point P is d. P coordinates are x1, y1. Draw a perpendicular PM from the point P to the line L. If the line meets the x-axis and y-axis at the point Q and R respectively, then the coordinates of the point Q are minus c by a comma 0 and coordinates of R are 0 comma minus c by b. Thus the area of the triangle PQR is given by half of PM into QR, which gives PM equal to 2 times of area triangle PQR whole divided by QR. Area of a triangle PQR, so using the triangle formula, half of x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. So which is equal to half of x1 into 0 plus c by b plus minus c by a into minus c by b minus y1 plus 0 into y1 minus 0, which is equal to half of x1 into c by b plus y1 into c by a plus c square ab. 2 times of area triangle PQR, which is equal to modulus of c by ab into ax1 plus by1 plus c. And distance between QR is 0 plus c by a whole square plus c by b minus 0 whole square. So using distance formula, which is equal to modulus of c by ab into root of a square plus b square. Substituting these values in PM, which is 2 times of area triangle PQR by QR. So c by AB by c by AB will get cancelled. So modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by root of a square plus b square. So Pm equal to, this is D equal to modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c upon root of a square plus b square. Thus the perpendicular distance of a line ax plus by plus c equal to 0 from a point x1 y1, which is given by modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c upon root of a square plus b square. Distance between two parallel lines. We know that slopes of two parallel lines are equal. Therefore, two parallel lines can be taken in the form y equal to mx plus c1 and y equal to mx plus c2. Line L1 will intersect x-axis at the point A, whose coordinates are minus c1 by m, 0. Distance between two lines, which is equal to the length of the perpendicular from the point A to the line 2. Therefore, distance between the lines 1 and 2 is given by, so using the distance formula, modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c by root of a square plus b square. So we have minus m into minus c1 by m, y coordinates are 0, plus minus c2 whole divided by root of 1 plus m square, or we get d equal to modulus of c1 minus c2 by root of 1 plus m square. The distance d between two parallel lines are d equal to modulus of c1 minus c2 by root of 1 plus m square. If the lines are given in general form, ax plus by plus c1 equal to 0 and ax plus by plus c2 equal to 0, then the above formula will take the form d equal to c1 minus c2 by root of a square plus b square, if the two lines are taken in the general form. Thank you, children.